It's a great iron shot. The title of this video is going to be something like motorcycle cuts, because I've been finding out something that has really been helping me hit the ball way straighter. I've always had an issue getting the club passing me a little bit, and then that unstabilizes the face. Well, I've been hitting it recently with one of the most stable faces, I think, because all my misses are way straighter. Like the spread was like this, and now it's like this. So it's like 33% or so tighter spread, and I think it's because of this stuff that I've been working on. This is a great iron shot. Shot of my life, if it goes.
The best iron shot. It's like right next to the one.
Oh, baby, bro feast. Bro feast. There's never too many bro fists. This whole video, I'm going to give you the short version. Then we're going to get into the details. I went through this whole thing in my back patio with the hack motion, where we see exactly what rotation means and what this kind of rotation is, and then also what this kind of rotation is. And that is the key to know. Because of the peculiarities of how they started golf is the reason that you need to do some version of this to have a stable face. The problem with the golf swing is this right here. The center of mass of the golf club is not inside the club itself. If you think of a baseball bat, a tennis racket, they all have the center of mass contained within them, okay? With the golf club though, because the way they made it, because it started as like a farming sport, so farmers would take their farm equipment and then they would start to make a little game about it, like a reaper or scythe or something like that, or like a garden hoe. Because they screwed up when they made golf and they put the club on the side of the stick. That's why golf is so hard and it's so much different than other sports. What you got to do, and this Marcus put me on to all this, is you have to do something early in the downswing to square this face. Your flip is actually not from trying to flip it or trying to get it in the air. It's because you've sensed the face is too open and you do that. So what you need to start squaring the face with is this. See that green graph in the top? This needs this kind of, so that's why everybody's talking about taking it up a little more vertical, and you go like this. So now the face is square. Now you can have this release be on plane and in line, and release be like that. So you hit the ball like that, rather than being here and then coming at the ball like this, where it's stood up. What it is you're making a backswing, and then as you start your downswing, you start your downswing aggressively with the shoulders, like you're gonna hit a big slice. So here would be a big slice, okay? If I did nothing else but just tried to hit a big slice with the shoulders. Okay? So that ball is starting a little left and then it's coming back to the right, okay? But the key with this is you're gonna keep almost that full aggressiveness with the shoulders, but you're gonna do this motorcycle move with the wrists, okay? So what that is you take it up, and then you start to do this with the wrist. So can you see how it's that? So it's about the shaft this way. So this would be gamma rotation that Brian Mansella was telling me about, because I called him and asked him a lot about this. And he said that this is something that an instructor in the 80s called Ben Doyle used to do something very similar to what motorcycle cuts is. So anyway, you go here and you do this motorcycle move, and you keep the width as you totally feel like you're slicing it with your shoulders. Those things together give this like stabilizing effect to the face. So the balancing forces, these two opposing forces, are the opening of the shoulders makes the face want to open, okay? The more you go like this, because the golf club is off balance and the mass is on the side of the stick, going like this puts a certain amount of force in the opening direction, which you're counteracting with some of this motorcycle. So the two forces is the closing force of your hands and the opening force of your body then stabilize the face. And that way you can rip through the ball really fast, but then with a stable face. So it's up here. Just a great iron shot. I'll cut videos in the members section. I get into all the weeds and the detail of how this is working with the hack motion and everything. But the difference is that most people square the face by doing this, okay? So like if the airplane is here, we're kind of going like this and this. I think it's basically you would call that like yaw. And they're not really squaring the face like this, which is how you should. When they're talking about rotation, and this is what was confusing to me with hack motion, I was thinking rotation as like this. This is rotation. And it's not really. So basically the forces in the hack motion is the first one is ulnar and radial. So that's this degree of freedom like this. Then the other force and this is the one everybody talks about with the hack motion, it's extension, flexion, flexion, extension. So this is flexed, this is extended, okay? Then finally, now this is rotation. It's about this way, okay? The main reason that most people flip is because they can feel late in their swing that the face is too far open. So then they yaw it like this, hard, and they try to square it with this action here, this yawing action. I don't know if that's the right word, but that's what I'm using. So that would be like this. Okay, so it was a dead straight shot, but you can see that I had to go this way. And what that cost me is speed, because then I couldn't get up out of the ground and let this kind of the whip crack. And also, I'm kind of still in the ground because I'm not using my legs at all. And usually that makes a really unstable face. What I want to see is how does these two different ways of squaring the face change your impact. So I'm going to do it the bad way first. So I'm going to here and that way. So I'm going this way and then I'm squaring the face with that. Earlier than halfway through the downswing, I'm already rotating it this way, okay? Then if I go to the flexion and how that affected the flexion, we can see that at address, I'm at like plus 26 in the extended direction. Then at impact, I'm plus 21 there. So it's about like that for impact. Okay, so let's do one of the motorcycle cut feel and see how this changes things. Up. Okay, so we did hold it off a little later, and that affected our flexion. Before we were plus 21 at impact, and now we are minus 7 at impact. So look at the difference between that impact and that impact. And that's everything we're trying to learn here. So that's how most people end up squaring the club and having to flip at it. That gives you like an impact like this. And I saw in the hack motion, that kind of release gives you like a 21 degree extended left wrist, but then having a release where you're going here, kind of motorcycling it there, getting it all the way down there, and then fully letting it release. That means that the club face is square already. So you can go through it aggressively with the body, and you keep it intact. You keep your leg intact, unflipped. So that ball had an intact leg, and it went, I don't know, probably went 40 yards further. So that's the difference between those two. So this kind of yawing release that most people do, okay? Or you can do kind of motorcycle cuts. So you motorcycle it kind of in your transition, and then you fully release it through. Like that. It's really good. Yeah, just like that. That's a great shot. So then you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting speed because now you can use your legs and fully let it snap through without having to hold on to anything. And you're getting a proper impact, a compressed impact. So rather than having, when you yaw release it like this, you square the face up with this action too much, you get that kind of release. Or if you square the face up here, and then you can release it more in plane that way, I'm down and up. It's a big difference. Okay, that's good. So I want to make sure this doesn't go left by using the body more. The more I use the body, the less it'll go left. Which is weird because the more I'm turning left, the less it goes left, because the more I turn, the more this wants to open up here. As long as I just keep it going. I go here. Yeah, just like that. It's a great anti-left iron shot. So as I opening the body, it's putting this opening force on the club. That needs to be equally counteracted by this motorcycle closing force this way. So when I say motorcycle, I mean like if you have a motorcycle and you're making it go faster, right? Like that. With the right hand, it'd be like this. So those two things counteract each other, and that's what gives you a stabilized phase that is still lagging your body in rotation. And then right here, it releases through. The drill to do, it's like a little protocol that you do, is I like to do this with this. I just went to the hobby store and got this sofa pillow. It's like a sofa inside, and then I got some jeans material and I sewed this together. So go here and take it up and go that way. So I'm putting a toe down divot there. Then when I come up to swing, I'm still feeling that in the hands, but I'm feeling that get counteracted by the rotation of my body. These two forces, the opening of the body and the closing in the hands, counteract each other about perfectly till about here, right? Then right there, it gets to be too much for the wrists and the momentum of it. So it can't be held back anymore, and it goes right through the ball, very, very square. So the protocol is up here, and we're just putting this into the pad. Then you come here and you ignite the body. Yep, and then you ignite the body. So you can see I'm doing this motorcycle thing with my hands, but with the body, I feel like I'm totally cutting it. And those two things together, they really get into a very good balancing. The dirty ball on the tee. Just have to make sure my grip is feeling good. Then I can do everything I've been working on with no fear. A little bit of a fade. Crushed it. Then the left side. There you go. How's it going?
Nice shot.
Thank you. So what I've noticed with driver, because even though it's further away from you, the head is lighter than an iron head. So you almost don't need as much of this in rotation. In transition, you almost don't need as much motorcycle, but you need just as much, if not more, of the cut feel. So go here. All right, that went to the left and then cut back to dead center of the fairway. And that's what I've noticed, is just that my miss percentage is a little better, like a few less misses, but the ones that are misses are much more playable. A great shot. Okay, so this is where it gets a little complicated, and the hack motion helps make this a lot more clear. They're having a really big sale this week specifically for the PGA show, so use the promo code that is in the description of this video. Actually, I don't even think it's a promo code, it's just a special website, hackmotion.com/BeBetterGolf. But So this is called rotation in hack motion. So it's this. This is not rotation. This is just basically flexion and extension. And this though would be rotation. So if this is, let's call this clockwise, right? Because it's my direction. You want this in your backswing, this rotation basically doesn't go clockwise till about here. Then it starts going clockwise. So this is happening all the way into the top of your backswing and beyond the top of your backswing, still going clockwise. Then it stays about equal till about here. And then here, now it starts going the other way in this counterclockwise direction all the way through the shot. So it's basically like a huge exaggerated version of this would be like almost like a Matt Wolf. It's going here, then it's going here, and right here. You can't just stay there. It's got to go here again through the shot. So basically your golf swing goes, if I didn't move the arm at all, it would start, then it'd go this way, then it would stay this way, and through the release it would go this way. Okay? The real key is then how you square the face. You go to the top, now you transition. Now the face is square and this club is now still rotating clockwise, and you keep it there. Then you can, when the face is square that way, you can fully release it through the shot that way. Now this has become a speed mechanism, not something to square the face. So this would be like the bad way. I mean, most people, they go to the top and they start getting it clockwise early here. Whereas the good players, they go here and they keep it about the same, or they get a little more, but the forces underlying are all in the club the same way. Then right about here, then they let it out. Yeah, straight. The thing is, like, if you look at John Rahm, Dustin Johnson, Colin Morikawa, Victor Hovland, you actually see these forces a little bit more, okay? You actually see them change direction. You see this happening in the hands, this motorcycle move happening in the hands. Sometimes the guys are a little preset with it, but you see it happening. In like a Tiger Woods or somebody a little bit more traditional, like Charles Schwartzel, Tiger Woods, you see the club go up and you see it come down, and you might think, well, he's not doing it. No, he still is. It just, you just don't see it. Just like you don't see a plane is flying. This is something Malaska said to me. A plane is flying, and gravity is pulling it towards the earth, and lift is pulling it up. So you might think, well, that plane's not doing anything. No, I mean, there's a lot going on, but they're balancing forces that keeps it straight, keeps it on the same level. Similar here, up, into it, and come around. Oh, good, that was the best drive of the month. Really good. All right, thanks for watching. To see that full video that I did in the back patio, it's already up on my members section. If you click the little join button, I do a lot of extra stuff there. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. It really would help me a lot if you hit that subscribe button. And then also, if you're interested in getting the hack motion, they're having this huge sale on it this week for the PGA show that's going on. And if you're seeing this video, the sale is probably still going on. So if you go to hackmotion.com/BeBetterGolf, you'll get a really good discount off on it. I think it's like $50 on the base level model. People always ask me, like, what do you like? Do you like the base model one, or do you think the pro model one's necessary? For most regular golfers, the base model one's fine. For Be Better Golf style people, I would say get the middle one, because then you're getting all the graphs. You just won't get the pro data that like a teacher might want to see. But I would say, you know, really look seriously at that middle tier one, which I think is really good, because I want to see what that purple graph is doing. The main thing I'm looking at now is I want to go to the top and have this still going this way for a little while, and then deep into my swing, then I start seeing it go that way. And when it goes that way, I mean, it goes fast. Our last one, the drive for my life. Have to hit the fairway, and I have to hit it good. I hit the fairway and I hit it good. Way to go. All right, thanks for watching. Bye. Even if you look at if you look at some of the sports like field hockey and ice hockey and hurling, okay? So those are sports where it has a stick and then the center of mass is not on the stick either. But in field hockey and ice hockey, you hold the stick with a split grip. So that's one way that they are able to hit it and still have a square face. Can't do that in golf because you have to take it back really far. You really have to hit the ball like super, super far. And you're creating a lot of angle. Then the thing that I think really proves this is that in hurling, if you look at the traditional hurling sticks, so this is an Irish sport where it's like a bat, and it's a little off center, and then you throw it, toss this like baseball up in the air, and then you whack it down the field and you try to get it through some goals. It's probably one of the coolest sports there is, just from a spectator point of view, because to play it looks insanely dangerous. But if you look at the classic hurling sticks from like 1900. It looks kind of like a golf club almost, with the center of mass is here. Now look at the modern hurling sticks. It is basically, the center of mass is inside the hurling stick now. It's not as off center anymore at all.